it would not be realistic to have the screws after they have been removed from the product to just suspend in air. If you look at the script, it says that the screws will fade to zero opacity as they move along the axis. So that's what we're going to have the screws to do. As you look in the timeline, you will be able to see each of the components that have a movement associated with them. So what you will do is when you select a particular component, you will be able to see the movements that are associated with that particular component. And so for this component, we want this component to fade away as it is moving along the axis. You will make sure that the playhead is near that group of movements. And you will click on the eye to how to show that component. So once you select the eye, you should see the visibility show up here. So as you run the animation, if we kind of start it over and run it, what you should see is when it gets to that point in the animation, you should see that component disappear as it is moving along that axis. And so what you will do is apply that same technique to the other 3 screws. In the timeline, you will select the other screw and you will place the playhead toward the end of all of those movements, and you will click on the how to show. We're going to hide that particular component, and again you will see that show up here, so that means that that's going to fade away. So you will notice that the screws have been totally removed from, or they faded away from the scene. At the end of this scene, you could have the cover plate to disappear. So if you go to transform, select the cover plate, select the arrow to have it to move along the axis, click OK. You should see that cover plate show up in the timeline. And in order to make it fade away, you can click on the eye and that will have that cover plate to fade away. So if you kind of reverse it,